Macro photography looks simply magnificent, but it's not that easy. It takes a lot of work to capture a perfect macro image, and a slight error while capturing the photo can ruin the whole image. When you are shooting for macro photography, lenses play a significant role. There are many factors involved in choosing the right lens for macro photography, and in this video, we're going to discuss all those factors to help you choose the right lens for your macro photography. With that being said, let's get started. First up, the magnification of a lens, which simply refers to just how much larger your subject is going to look. Now, macro photography is all about shooting small things in a way that they look bigger and cover a significant part of the frame. A perfect magnification would be 1:1. If you shoot at 1:2, your subject is going to look comparatively smaller, and that's how your subject becomes smaller as the number increases. There are some lenses that come with an insane amount of magnification, such as Laowa 100 f2.8, which offers 2:1 magnification. Here is the footage in which the bee almost looks like a small bird. So the choice is obvious here. You should get a lens with larger magnification ability like 1:1 or 2:1 or more if you have the budget. Next, we're going to understand what focal length is better for macro photography. But before that, we have to understand working distance. If you set the focus to the closest focus position, the minimum distance between the front of the lens and the subject in focus is called working distance. Different lenses with the same focal length might have different working distances. For example, Canon EF 180mm f3.5L USM macro lens has a minimum working distance of 19.2 inches, while Sigma 180mm f3.5EX DG APO HSM macro lens has a minimum working distance of 18 inches. Now, if you are shooting a fly or any other small bugs, you really can't get much closer to them. It might scare them away. So you have to maintain a safe distance between you and your subject. So when you are shooting macro photography, the longer the working distance, the better. And lenses with larger focal lengths usually come with a longer working distance. So it is better to get a telephoto macro lens. A lens with 100mm focal length or more would get the job done. In the previous example of Canon and Sigma lens, it would be wise to go for Canon as it has a longer working distance. Macro photography is substantially impacted by camera shake. Even a slight shake can completely ruin the footage. So it is important to stabilize while shooting macro photography. And it is always a good idea to get a lens with image stabilization. For example, Canon EF 100 f2.8L IS USM macro lens features optical image stabilization to compensate for shake. So that was all about how to choose the perfect lens for macro photography. In short, magnification and working distance are the major considerations when buying a lens for macro photography. There are also other considerations like aberration correction, coating, diaphragm, and so on. But they are considered in almost every genre of photography. If you find this video helpful, let us know in the comments section.